Surprises, period. Ninja's coming in with Sidra, no surprise. Machete coming in with Fate, not really that much of a surprise. Simple coming in with Bodvar, we know that's coming. And then Blaze coming in with Val when his most reported legend in tournament is the Bryn. Now, of course, as we saw with North America previously, they could have just lied to me, and we don't actually know.
Well, it looks like we're going to be seeing exactly that. As we hear the cannons going off, getting into this, of course it is the Ninja coming out here with the access to that Ninja that cannon play, the burst options. And in crew battles, that's a stressful thing to stare down at, especially with plays like that, as he goes all the way out to the left-hand side of the stage and already takes the first stock.
I mean, I feel like sometimes when you're playing against the cannon, you need kind of a warm-up to remember what's going to happen to you when the cannon is out there. So
you get hit by a sidelight one time, it's like, oh, a whole matchup gut check.
So either way, man, good start right here for EU altogether. I mean, like, not a crazy amount of damage here on a 2 Sidra, aka the Ninja, but you know, could potentially take this next stock if he is able to rob another stock like he just did that first one. He could take this next stock before he's even threatened, really.
I still can't believe that opening from the Ninja. If you talk to a lot of players, Sandstorm specifically says Cannon is one of the worst weapons in the entire game. He's making it look like the Cannon of yore, back when you got like one dodge read and could take your opponent all the way off the screen if they happen to make even the tiniest mistake. So that opening is very surprising. DB coming out as the opener for South America, having a little bit of a tough spot. He was previously the second player in the line for South America, as Lores was the first, but it looks like they're changing things up a little bit.
Well, luckily with the side of DB, you talk about, well, never mind. Okay, I was about to talk about, okay, he still had Scythe on cycle. Having that stock disappear is also a thing you're going to see with Scythe, having that quick opener, finding that D-Light, getting that punish game going. But you see Sidra just boxing him out so well. I really like the way Ninja, you were talking about the defense playing out before. Very big burst before, and now he's just gone for simple neutral wins, right back to center stage, and it's been working out so far.
Really enough, though, I feel like EU right here, as far as the EU player, aka the Ninja, is the one really kind of rushing him down. But I feel like when you have this level of a lead, you know, you definitely want to push it. And if you can start to really like understand the way your opponent's dodging, I feel like I saw just maybe like 20 seconds back, he hit a neutral light and waited, and he got that dodge back in. He just did. I guess he just wasn't expecting it that quickly. So he's got a pretty good, you know, read here onto DB. Looks like this could be a stock here as well, and there it is. Good stuff.
Now, you talk about that waiting that EU is more willing to do than maybe some of the other regions. We've seen that already come out from the Ninja on this Sidra. He got a big hit to the left side of the screen. No edge guard. The soft platform was on the left side, so he just walked out on that. He stood there, waited for DB to come back to the stage before doing anything. We're seeing basically an even game. The damage lead is going to favor the Ninja just a little bit, but that's hardly anything at all.
Yeah, tone setter matters so much going into the beginning of this game here. Making sure you establish that early lead after what we saw from Wes earlier and Fiend. I don't think you want to be dropping this first match here against DB, already sending yourself backwards. But here we go, getting an opening, looking for the jump up, but doesn't really do much else. Couple nails up the top, chasing him, TK.
Oh, that would have been such a good downlight, most likely recovery right at the end. That high up, but it doesn't matter. Still managed to clean it up with the D-Light ground pound right there on the left side. Now, again, with the way that this started, but it's also like hard for your team to figure out where to put you when you know where the other team is, as far as like, oh, you're playing against 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, right? So yeah, you may want to send him in first, but if it goes too bad, now your team's starting like at a super huge deficit. So send him second actually does seem like a good idea. He can clean up this one stock, see what he can do on the next one, and then, you know, maybe not be a super huge liability. Not to say that he can't also just turn up right here and actually end up being like the, you know, dark horse of his team. So we'll see what happens, but it's not looking good right now. Quick or large combo right there coming in from the Ninja.
What I want to see from Lores here is something that we've seen from a player like Zinker in the past. Comparing to the rest of the players that he was going up against in Pro Series in a crew battle, he had a lights out performance on guess which legend? A Koji that we're seeing right here. I think Lores is really a sleeper pick this weekend. People need to not count him out. I don't know if he has what it takes to do it here, but I'd love to see him give it a try. If he can build up this damage sword v sword here.
I love your eternal optimism you had there, and then you realize the deficit of percent he had. It's like, I don't know if he's going to do it here. We need to see that come through, of winning the ground pound, trying to get back on, immediately answered back by the weapon toss. The Ninja doesn't really let you get advantage on him easy. There's always a weapon toss up with the cannon. There's always another thing getting sent to the skies, much like that stock already, and he's already got one on the board.
I like that, man. You know, he could have definitely easily threatened with a down air right there, ground pound, but he decided to mix it up, knowing that was going to kill off the top. Now, this is some pretty decent damage here on to the Ninja.
Oh no.
Yeah, you got to watch. Like, when he gets a little momentum, he can definitely run with it out of that first stock from the first part of this game, but he's got a pretty good read on the way that Loris has been dodging, too. Loris has been kind of dodging or past him a lot, and so Ninja's either stepping back or he's just turning around, and it's been working quite a bit as far. There it is. Tried it one more time, but unfortunately did not get the hitter there.
Loris wanted that side sig that he picked up in the previous set that we saw of North America versus South America that gave him that stock at 156 damage. D-Light recovery. He's not going to lose that second stock. It was only one. So Loris helping to keep South America too. But if you talk to a lot of pros and their opinions on this team, they'll say Blaze is the one who carries Akno a lot of the time. But this is, of course, a 1v1. Even though they do have a team behind them, we'll see how Blaze reacts to that as we get into this one. We are seeing some characters on the screen that we weren't really seeing before. Blaze coming in. We'll see it's sword v sword here. Ajax, there's another weapon on the field. We'll see if either of them swap to it or if we're going to get a sword v sword matchup.
Yeah, so far it's a sword ditto between the two of them. Not really trying to give up stage position or really, for that matter, commit to anything off of that. It's going to catch him on the side, and that's going to be the first stock headed over towards Loris.
Yo, okay, Loris. Look, we said he had to kind of show up a little bit here, and he's definitely doing that. Managed to take that stock. I mean, he's probably going to lose this one relatively soon, but the fact that he is able to take it first is going to put his team, put a little, like, I feel like a little trust in him and the rest of his team right now, looking at him like, all right, you know, we didn't put him in. We didn't have to worry about him actually absolutely getting dumpster. He's able to get the job done, at least a little bit.
Now, even though you're seeing Michonne on the screen from The Walking Dead, of course, you can see in the bottom on the overlay, Loris is, of course, playing that Koji that we saw previously, and Blaze did correctly indicate that he is playing Val drops the D-Light side air. I don't know why he would even go for a D-Light side air. They're going for the D-Light recovery or something else. I'm not sure. There, picks up the recovery, gets it off the blast zone on the top of the map.
This is a good opportunity for him to get this right back to even if he can win out. Already getting some damage on, catch him with that recovery in the air-to-air situation again, TK.
I mean, I feel like, you know, as Sparky said, he called it. He needed that recovery. He found it a little later. Said, "You're right, Sparky, my bad." And now, we have a pretty good game here developing from the side of Blaze. Now, he does have a bit of damage, but with the way the Brawlhalla works, man, at yellow, if you get hit in the wrong spot, I mean, you can definitely and get red like twice less. As I'm about to say,
this could be leading to it right now.
It's like, please, no, don't let me call it that hard. But no, but does manage to get back to the stage and may potentially be able to get his get Blaze down to one stock.
His stock here would be huge. It is the down signature, just barely KOing. When you send in that diagonal to the upper left or upper right, that's sort of the farthest away blast line you could possibly send to. That's still a really strong signature. It was used really well by Loris, and it had just enough on it to get the KO. This is a huge spot, even though Loris is significantly behind when you look at the damage on the stock. We're seeing maybe some bow gameplay here.
I mean, we're talking about the potential factor that Blaze could keep that composure to get them back into this, and he's going to land a neutral sig, but not enough still. Oh, wait. So the fact that Loris has already gotten a few stocks down, that's already huge. That's already a great spot for him. But Loris could possibly take this last one here if played correctly.
He is, I mean, he's playing around quite well. I think he does, all right, well, not anymore, but I was like, he does have to watch out for the recovery. Still has to kind of watch out for the recovery on this, but he has been getting scooped up a little bit by that, like, immediate dash jump recovery, and I don't think he'll be able to make this one back. Yeah, goodbye. Quick side air out there.
All of that.
I don't see immediate, like, I'm going to hit a button just because you're next to me. Like, there's some waiting here. There's like some thought process now.
There were a lot of whiffed attacks that Loris was throwing out in the previous crew battle. He was searching for something, throwing out a lot of attacks. He didn't get punished on like all of them, but still, it looked like he was searching for something rather than having a plan in mind. So I do want to give credit where credit is due to Loris for this one. And we're seeing Fiend come in yet again as the third player for South America. We could see him clean this one up very quickly, just like we saw previously, but South America is less behind than they were before. So getting a stock here, we have a dead even game, and that's huge for for SA.
And you know, for EU, you're coming into this preparation-wise thinking about that spear. It's South America. Spear is going to be around there. This time, instead of the Hattori on the Wushang, and it has not missed a step as we're looking at what could be a free stock coming in here as we see Fiend clean house, not drop a single one. That mattered a lot because for all we know, Machete could also pop off too. That is also a thing that could just happen from Machete as we see them go into now this match. 6 stocks apiece. Who takes the lead?
Now, even though this isn't a Sunday 1v1 grand finals type set, we're only on Friday, this is crew battles, but still, this is a normal pick for Fiend. This is a normal pick, a normal 1v1 pick for Simple. They're coming into this game 3 stocks to 3 stocks. This is essentially a regular tournament set. So this is still a standard 1v1, even though it's on Friday, it's the crew battle tournament.
Look, man, when you come to these types of situations where, you know, we have longer days or we have more events within one weekend, yeah, everything really does count, though. I mean, you can say, oh, we didn't really try, but the thing is, like, you're still, it's going to weigh on you. So I feel like no one here wants to let their team down. I think everyone's going to be trying to their fullest, and tomorrow will be even better. You know, we're going to get some crazy action throughout this weekend, but as of right now, we're trying to see which crew, which area as a team together can show a united front. Good start right here from Simple. Go ahead and taking that first stock.
Simple not only got that first stock, but he was baiting swings out of Fiend. He was playing around, got the D-lights out of the spear, punished it. He got him to go high in recovery. As soon as he saw it happen again, punished it. That was a really good approach to Simple, and he's still dodging him right now.
Spear in hand. Even though Simple's at the weapon disadvantage, again, we're not seeing him immediately go in. Something that Fiend was doing in the previous crew battle as well. The weapon starve game is on the table for Fiend. He's going to have the option to do that yet again, maintain stage control as he gets that first stock from Simple. He is a little bit behind in the yellow compared to the basically fresh stock. Ooh, that's a nice little 3-piece, 4-piece.
He's starting to read some of these dodges consistently out of Simple. He's still going.
He doesn't even make meals that big.
Okay, all right, okay. Yeah, we were about to count up like we were still doing a noise check here, but almost got to a 10-piece real quick. But regardless, okay, he's starting to turn around himself now. Even with all those hits and all that momentum, it is still a relatively even game. And
got the late hit and a ground pound after he tried to go back for the wall touch. All you needed is a hammer and a dream there to steal that stock away. But after getting hit by that ground pound, that takes quite a bit away from you, and he's already getting the damage off with the nair. He keeps it going.
Man, I have to, what a, you know, sometimes when you're trying to get away from that spear now, it really shows you how wide it is. You know, he's just coming at you, you're like, all right, maybe I can drop down fast enough, but no, it was not fast enough to get away from him. Also, it looked like you saw the recovery actually get hit, so you noticed that he was probably trying to hit right in the middle, the one small, you know, weak spot of that ground pound, but he was not able to line it up as well as he wanted to. But now, just kind of getting ran over. Fiend. Like, he might be able to end this with 2 stocks if he can find maybe like 2 or 3 extra hits or a good edge guard right now. No weapon in hand, though, unfortunately, so he's got to play a hard battle. Good stuff. Finds one right here.
He's keeping it going. The weapon toss did disarm it. Max range D-light side air from Simple. At least keeping the stocks even in this one. But this is huge. Coming in here, immediately able to grab the weapon. Simple not able to weapon starve. That's a nice sidelight. I'm surprised he didn't go for a D-light that could actually have a true combo follow-up rather than the sidelight. Maybe he just wasn't sure on the spacing. Thought Fiend might be moving away too quick.
I think it was how much he got hit before. It might be making him second-guess himself quite a bit here. But no matter what, you have to look at this as hammer and a dream is still possible at any time. If Fiend cannot close it out soon, trying to get the weapon toss and get the dodge up or jump up with the recovery. But here comes the weapon spawn. Here comes the hammer, and Fiend hasn't gotten too many hits over the past 15 seconds or so. Simple can get back into this, but that side air sends him deep off stage.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, one of the things that I am noticing much more for Fiend was the fact that he was getting a lot of you know, kind of bait and punishes going. Like he would be in your area.
All right, Sparky is 1 for 3 today. He's moving up.
I've been gassing up the French all year, so they better not lie to me. That would be an ultimate betrayal.
And yeah, see, the thing is, where you say that, like, you know, obviously she doesn't have like the explosive power where it comes to the 6. Her power is in her stats. She has one of the highest forces in the
absolutely
game,
true.
So it doesn't really matter what six she throws out with. More than not, if she gets you into that deep red, if she hits you with any of those six, barring, I think, whatever, the Warp Star aim down, like, you're probably going to die.
I think you're exactly right with that, and I'm glad you bring that up, because my talk about the explosive power was more about play style versus character. So you're exactly right when you bring that up, TK.
Look, this is one of the characters when I tried to play Scythe, I picked her up mostly just because, well, one, I love Orb, and two, I saw those stats and was like, that's for me. That's for me. Every hit really matters. I love it. So here we go, though. Unfortunately, the only thing getting hit is this Fate, but, oh, just barely touching that wall.
Just kind of glazing the bottom there, but there's the desync, and that is a stock already gone. The damage is done. All you needed was one stock on the side of Fiend just to make it that much more difficult for them to make a comeback. But here's the extra problem. Fiend still has barely been hit. Here he goes. Goes for the GCD light and continues going for the Cider off stage, trying to go deep for that. That's a play we see him go for all the time. The first time we've seen it come out so far here.
Okay, man, this is just a lot of unanswered damage here on the side of Fiend. I mean, he has been doing it everything, and Machete has just not really been able to find any real good hits. I mean, you obviously, you know, some hits have been put on, but look at the fact that Machete is going to lose their second stock. Barely even threatening this stock of Fiends.
Sparky, we are currently seeing a cookout via one chef being Fiend. We are seeing EU currently being thrown on the grill. I don't know what other answers they got right now.
My man's got the knife skills because he is slicing and dicing up EU right now. Fiend's performance today. That's what we've been wanting to see for so long. His performance on land. Is he going to get this stock? No way, right?
It's looking over as he gets him with the desync again. You got one stock in it. Look, you better start turning around right now and say, hey, so we get McDonald's after, right? Looking like that money not really getting split the same way we were hoping before.
They're going to be looking for a Wendy's 4 for $4, man. Because I've seen Big Mac prices. They're getting up there. You may not be able to
inflation
make it
hitting your wallet and your gut, especially over there. But we see his stock finally disappear. But granted, North America does have a W on their side, so they have one more set to go up against EU. EU could play the party, like, just ruin the whole party for them if they can get a W against them, but right now it's not looking too hot.
I don't think that man hit it
I don't know. Just fine.
going to take the W. That means they have one W under their belt. They have one loss under their belt, so they have one. EU